Republicans believe they're in prime position to pick up a U.S. Senate seat in Indiana this fall, but they're trying to make sure the primary campaign brings out the right candidate to take on incumbent Democrat Joe Donnelly in November. Correspondent Peter Doocy tells us it's all about which man is the closest thing to President Trump.
To save a blue seat in deep red Indiana, Democratic Senator Joe Donnelly is appealing to voters who want to make America great again, sometimes.
I've voted with the president 62% of the time. Voted for Justice Gorsuch. We've worked together on the opioid issue. We've worked together on veterans issues.
But he was a no on tax reform, even though Donnelly was warned about what no would mean.
We will come here, we will campaign against him like you wouldn't believe.
The president's help is seen as priceless to Republican primary candidates here because he beat Clinton by 19 points in 2016 with the state's former governor on the ticket and benefited from glowing endorsements by two of the state's most beloved coaches, Bobby Knight and Lou Holtz. Now, one contender, Congressman Todd Rokita, says he's supported the president longer than Congressman Luke Messer, who once suggested Trump could be replaced as nominee at the RNC convention.
If you didn't believe in him, during the campaign, then you're not really going to believe in him now.
Rokita says Messer, his former Wabash College classmate, is the wrong choice.
We're a different kettle of fish. He is establishment.
Messer disagrees, arguing Rokita can't be the greater Trump ally because he just voted against his budget.
My opponent, he talks Trump, but when it's time to show courage and vote for President Trump's agenda, he votes no, no, no.
A third GOP challenger, businessman Mike Braun, is using cardboard cutouts to highlight similarities between Rokita and Messer.
Where do you think they live?
Washington.
One of them does.
Messer's wife and kids live in Virginia, and the out-of-state residency raises questions similar to those that doomed longtime incumbent Senator Richard Lugar in the 2012 primary.
I've got a home in Indiana that I've owned for 17 years. My kids do need a full-time father, but I'll tell you this, that's not what Hoosiers are focused on.
Whichever Republican wins will face a rare kind of Democrat in Donnelly.
I've tried not to serve as either a Democrat or a Republican senator, but as a Hoosier senator.
I just spoke to a state GOP official who tells me that Donnelly is vulnerable and it's not a cakewalk to beat him, but they're confident that no matter who wins this Republican primary, that person will become the next senator from Indiana, and there is no concern at the state level at this point about the infighting. Instead, the party sees it as a way to get damaging information out ahead of the general. Chris.
Peter Doocy reporting from Indiana. Peter, thank you.